It said the
Oh, I am
broadcast is
live. Okay.
live.
We are live. Okay.
Yes.
So, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Wellness Virtual Happy Hour. My name is Kaii Marie. I am here with Shevel Mavins, and this is kind of like our brainchild, if you will. And Shevel is founder and CEO of Addiction Prevention LLC, based in North Carolina. So, welcome, everyone. I know it's still a little early, and people are still kind of filing in. So before we get into the meat of what we're going to be talking about today, we want to tell you a little bit of why we decided to start having wellness happy hours, and we also want to talk to you about this one. So with everything going on with COVID, we just kind of thought, we can't really go out and enjoy spa day, right? We can't without thinking about COVID, right? Because as soon as you go out, it's just like, oh, did I touch everything? Did I wash my hands? Did I put on my face mask? Like, it can be more stressful, right? Like going out to have a relaxing day than maybe it's worth. So with that, we started, Shevel and I started talking about, well, what can we do so that people can continue maybe their healing journey or really make time for self, but do it in a fun way. Because if you follow Shevel and I on social media, we typically deal with a lot of heavy material, a lot of stuff about mental health, about trauma. And so this was an opportunity for us to connect with everyone in a different kind of way, a little bit more fun, a little lighthearted, but still all around, we're talking about healing and just how do we become our best version of ourselves. So today we're going to be talking about how to create an at-home retreat. So we're going to provide some tips that you can use to kind of make at home this nice, relaxing place. And some people may say, well, I'm tired of being at home. I've been at home, I've been cooped up in the house. But the thing is, it's what you make of it. And so if you can be cooped up in the house, but if you can put on some slow jams, you can create an ambiance where it feels like you were able to kind of get away and relax. So we're going to share with you how you can do that. So this is our first time actually doing the Wellness Virtual Happy Hour on Facebook and YouTube. Usually we do it through a different platform, but we wanted to make it live and more have it on our page, and hopefully more people will be able to join. And this is what we do every month, and we will have one next month. I think next month will probably be the last one for 2020. More details on that to come. But welcome, everyone. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section, and you can please join in on the conversation. And with that being said, Shevel, take it away.
Yes, thank you. Like I was saying, that one of the reasons we start to do this because, just dealing with COVID, a pandemic, this is the first for all of us, really. And if you're going to be home, why not try to enjoy as much as possible? I've been working from home since March, and I'm like, okay, it looked like I'm not going to go anywhere this summer. So what I did, I started creating my at-home relaxation in my backyard, like my deck. I bought new pillows for my chairs and stuff, and I bought new pillows for my screen and front porch and put candles out. So I'm like, okay, it's winter. We still can't go on vacation. It's like, okay, I'm getting tired of the scenery. Let me create something else. And it can be a mental and emotional strain on the body, the spirit, the mind. And yeah, some things are opening up, but I can say, at least for myself, and if I feel this way, I know someone else feel this way. It can be very strenuous thinking about, okay, I want to go relax, but if I go to a spa, how do I know someone didn't come here that had COVID? Or my masseuse, how do I know she may be asymptomatic? So it's like, okay, let's figure out how we can create this at home. So one of the things I just want to talk about is, if you're going to create this, you want to treat this just like if you're going out to a retreat. You want to pick a date. You want to pick a time. If you're going to do this at home, you want to get all of your items beforehand. You don't want to wait, say, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow and wake up tomorrow morning to buy everything, because that can be very stressful. So it's about planning. So I think the first step is to select your date and time, and that's your me time. We have to carve out for ourselves. I think as human beings, especially women, as moms, we tend to want to take care of everybody, and we never have enough time for ourselves. I know I find myself in that all the time. So for this, you want to set your date, your time, go out and buy the things you need. And we're going to talk a little bit more because I'm going to give you actually some um, supply list that you can, purchase to start your spa at home. But again, like I said, get some food you like. If you're going to take a bath, and if you want to set the ambiance in your bathroom, and it can be on a budget. You can go to the dollar store. What we were talking about before, the little tea candles, you can get
Yes.
a pack of those, maybe 10
Mhm.
for $1 or 20 for $1. Set them up in your bathroom. Make sure your shower curtain is away because you don't want to
Yeah.
set anything on fire.
It's
But
going
you
to
can,
turn into a whole nother type of retreat if everything's catching on
we
fire.
don't want that. We don't want you to have a fire. So make sure your shower curtain is far away, but you can get the little tea candles. Um, and if you want to go out, and you may have a yoga mat, or you can go purchase a yoga mat. You can go to I think it's Five Below,
Mhm.
which is everything is $5 below. You can go there to buy a mat. I went there actually and bought one for my daughter, and it had yoga moves on it, so that's how she'll start learning how to do yoga on her own. But you can buy a little inexpensive mat. If you want to turn your YouTube on, do some yoga, get your bath ready. And when you're done with your bath, what would you like to eat? Would you like to have strawberries and chocolate? Would you like to have some veggies? Some things, whatever make you feel good. I call it that warm and fuzzy feeling, whatever that is. Have that all before the day, have it to before the day of. Get all your stuff together. I found a place, because I'm starting to do manicures and pedicures at home with my daughter. I found a place, and I'll put the email address in the chat box here. Samnails.com. I love OPI fingernail polish. OPI, if you hear me, I will sponsor you because I do my nails. I love OPI. I found the fingernail polish is like $4.95. If you buy OPI nail polish in any other store, you're going to be paid anywhere between $10 to $12.
Mhm.
So I bought a host of colors. So after I do my little retreat, I can paint my nails in whatever color I want, and I feel pretty. I feel good inside.
Mhm.
Um, so that's some of the things that I want to talk to you about. And here's some stuff that I've done. And Kai's going to go in a little bit more with the essential oils. But one of the things I do is create a Epsom salt bath. Um, here's some here.
Ooh,
I have.
nice.
And I have another one, and I'll talk a little bit more about these. But with my Epsom salt bath, you just let me give you the ingredients, and I'm going to put it out on the chat box. You can go to Walmart, you can buy a big 5-pound bag of Epsom salt for maybe $5, and that big bag will last you for months. So what I do is get 3 cups of Epsom salt. I take a half a cup of baking soda, 15 to 20 drops of essential oil to be mixed in. And what I do is I pre-make this. I get a glass bottle. I think glass is better because you want to keep this in a
Mhm.
cool, dry place. And when you're ready to have your hot bath, when you draw your hot bath, you can put a half a cup to a cup in it. And the beauty part of this, it turns into like a what is it called? The little balls you throw in your bathtub and it
Oh,
sizzle up.
like the
Bath bomb.
bath
Yes,
bombs
the
or
bath
something?
bombs.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just cheaper. you
I like
know,
that.
yes, you just sprinkle it in your bath. And I always say give it a little second, because if you're not used to Epsom salt, it is very coarse. But it does dissolve very well in the hot water. And I always say get it. Oh, were you gonna say something, Kai?
Oh, I was going to say two things. One, it's great that you said how you can make your own. That way you can use whatever essential oils that you like,
Yes.
that you don't have to buy kind of what's on the market. You can see what can kind of help you relax. So if
Right.
anyone is listening, if you have a favorite essential oil, drop a note in the comment section. Let us see what your favorite is, and you can make this at home. And just really quick, we did ask those watching, what's your favorite food to eat during your at-home retreat? And Margot said, fruits, grapes, and cheese. That sounds good
There
to
you
me.
go. That's the retreat, and a glass of wine. That's the retreat I
Yes,
like.
I'm
So for
having my
this,
retreat right now.
oh, I have water. But later,
Womp,
I'm sorry.
womp.
I have a staff meeting. I don't want to get too happy with my wine. I have a staff meeting in the morning. But
Good point.
this here, if you can tell, is like a mint green. And I even made my own little, I'm telling you, I did this up. I made my own little
I love it.
label. I
Mhm.
just went to Office Max and printed it up. And this is called Relaxing Green Bath Salt, which is made with green tea and some cucumber oil. That I love that. And then this one here, I call this one Sunset Citrus Bath Salt. Um,
Ooh.
and again, this is just Epsom salt, and citrus is like an orange oil, which smells really, really good. And I also do peppermint. Now, again, I want to let you know, when you do this, when you get out the bath, I would relax in it as long as you can. I try to do it for at least a half an hour to 45 minutes. The Epsom salt will it actually calms your nervous system down and relaxes your muscle. I've gotten out and I was telling Kai this happened to me. I'm going to put myself on blast. I have this big yoga ball in my bedroom and I always sit on it. So I got out the shower, had my robe on, and there's the yoga ball. I said, let me sit on this. Maybe I can, do my little yoga things I do. I sat on the ball, not realizing how relaxed my muscles were. And when I realized, I was on the floor. And my family's running upstairs like they heard me fall. And I'm like, I'm fine. Just so my Epsom salt bath, I fell. But I guess it actually works. So relax my muscles so much.
So this will definitely help you relax your body.
Yes.
Moral of the story is
Yes. Don't sit on a yoga ball after you had an Epsom salt bath. True story. Don't tell anybody, y'all. Do not tell anybody. If you do, I'm going to deny it. But that's that. But here's something else. And also I want to say, they say that do this once a week. I've read if you do an Epsom salt bath once a week, that helps relieve tension in your muscle. And if it relieves tension in your muscle, you got to think about your heart as a muscle. So it relieves tension all over your body, especially
True.
living in a COVID world, living in, divisiveness, living in all of the things we're living in. We need to be able to relax in a healthy and natural way best as possible. Why not treat yourself to an Epsom salt bath? The second thing I want to tell you about is I call it a sugar scrub. Excuse me, a sugar scrub, which is really good, especially for this time of the year. Just like the season change, our skin change along with it. So when you get into this colder, drier weather, your skin, at least mine's do, tend to change with it. And one of the things I love is brown. I use brown sugar scrub. Here's one. I don't have any brown sugar, but again, you can buy this little glass thing I bought it from Amazon. But I stored in here. This is a lemon sugar scrub. But for the season, I can give you guys a recipe for pumpkin sugar scrub. And you can put it on your all over your body, and it takes away the dead skin. It is a natural exfoliant. It actually naturally oil your skin because it's made with oil. And here's the little recipe for this, and it's right in your kitchen. I use 1 cup of brown sugar. You can use dark brown sugar or light brown sugar, is up to you. You can use white brown sugar if you want. White sugar if you want. White sugar is more coarse than a brown sugar. So I have sensitive skin, so I tend to use brown sugar. But if you have, rough feet, you can use the white sugar. So 1 cup of brown sugar. For the pumpkin scrub, I use 2 tablespoons of either cooked pumpkin or pureed pumpkin. You can buy that in a can in the store if you don't want to cook a little pumpkin yourself. Or if you don't want to do that at all, you can just do 2 tablespoons of pumpkin oil. you can do 2 tablespoons of a carrier oil. And a carrier oil is going to be like your main base oil, like avocado oil, extra virgin olive oil, sweet almond oil. You can use any oil you want, but you want something that remains a liquid at room temperature. So like coconut oil, I wouldn't use because it become hard. So I usually use olive oil. Again, if you usually have this in your kitchen, if you don't, you can go to the dollar store and buy a whole bottle for $1. And it's just gonna be your oil base for this. I use a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon in a glass container. I really like glass containers also because it's environmental safe, but it really seals the moisture inside and do not let any air inside of it. You mix this until the sugar is coated very well. And all you do, if you want to use it in the shower, be careful because it has oil in it. It can be slippery. Or you can use it in the bath. You rub the sugar mixture on your skin and rinse it off. And I guarantee you, when you get out the shower or the bathtub, you do not have to lotion your body. It automatically lotions your body. So those are my two things that I love. I use, I make, and instead of going to the Bath and Body Shop, not saying I don't go there, but instead of spending $15 for this, you can buy this here for less than $5. I mean, you can make this, I'm saying, for less than $5. And the products that you purchase, you can make that, I mean, at least 20 to 30 times because you're not going to need a lot. Also, these are good Christmas gifts. Tell you that. I've done that with my daughter. We do that with teachers at school instead of me trying to buy, like before I spent all this money on Panera bread cards. Won't do that again because once your kids get in middle school and high school, they have more than one teacher.
Right. So that Panera, that bill starts looking like, it actually looks like a bill now. Like, okay, I gotta make this payment to these teachers.
Here's the thing. She wanted to even give it to the lunch lady. I'm like, look now. Look. We're going with the teachers that grade you. The lunch lady don't grade you. And you bring your lunch to school. So what you want to give it to the lunch lady? But anyways, that's a whole nother wellness talk. But these are good Christmas gifts. If you have kids, you can give them, help have them be hands-on and make this. You teaching them about how to make things for their body, how to relax. I really think it's important that what we're doing with ourselves, we pass that down to our children. So when they become my age, they don't be like, how do I relax at home? They already have this instilled in them. So I think this is, something that can be passed down to a younger generation. But Kai, aren't you going to talk more about the essential oils?
Yes. And so 2 things I want to mention we have is that Arlatrice, hopefully I said your name correctly. I apologize if I did not. She was talking about the OPI for the nails. You can get it at TJ Maxx for $4 or Marshalls. And the Universal Mike says the scrub sounds tasty. Yeah, make sure you don't eat the scrub.
But you know what? Think about it. You could. I'm not encouraging it because if you get sick, you ain't gonna come for me. But you could, because it's just made out of brown sugar, oil, and I will put essential oils. You don't want to put a fragrance because a fragrance is not natural. But if you put a natural essential oil, you could, but I don't encourage it.
Yes, and there are some essential oils that you can consume. So you want to make sure know what you're working with before you ingest anything. Make sure you know what you're working with.
But it's for your body, not for your tummy.
Yes. That's why you go grocery shopping and get all the fruits and veggies and chocolates or whatever you want to have. You can snack on that while you're in the nice relaxing tub. So yes. So the thing is, like Shevel said, you plan this day. Make sure that you go out and do your shopping and stuff ahead of time. So that way you're not rushing the day that you're supposed to relax. You're not rushing around trying to figure everything out. So like she said, do all that well in advance. In addition to doing a nice soak, I like to do meditation and aromatherapy. And so I am not as crafty as Shevel. So I tend to go out and purchase everything. But I'll go over with you some of the oils that I use. And if you're going to use essential oils, whether it's for aromatherapy purposes or you're going to put it on your skin, again, as Shevel said, always use a carrier oil. If you're putting essential oil directly on your skin, it can burn, and you just don't want to do that. So you want to make sure that you are using a carrier oil if you decide to make your own oil. So what I wanted to do is share with you, make sure, some of the oils that I use. So if you are going to do, you have your at-home retreat, let's say like Shevel said in the morning, maybe you do some yoga, maybe you do a meditation in the morning. So if you want to do a meditation in the morning and you want to have an oil, I recommend something that kind of will wake you up. Like a peppermint is really good. Something citrusy is really good. Kind of get the juices flowing, activate the brain, activate your body. And even if you do, again, if you have an oil that you're using that can be applied to the skin, maybe you can even dab a little bit in the wrist or something. Some people, this is if you have like a headache or something, maybe put it at the temples. But I've done this before a yoga practice. I would put, again, an oil that I got to keep saying the carrier because I don't want anyone to put essential oil directly on their skin. But if you apply an oil that is appropriate to the skin, just kind of give it a smell, and then you kind of do your yoga practice, and it really can open up your nose, just your body. And so it's really great to not only help you de-stress, but kind of liven you and wake you up. So I'm going to share with you, this is actually, it's called Zen. I am horrible. Where is this? Okay, there we go.
Right there.
Okay. It's called Zen. I feel like the YouTube people when they go like this. I don't even know how to do it right, but I try. It's like I'm not. I don't even know where the camera is. But this is called Zen, and about I think 4 of these came in a pack. Again, I got these at TJ Maxx. And I did get one. These are pure organic. You can do doTERRA. There's a lot of different places that you can go. Another one that I like is, I think it's called Sage, if I'm not mistaken. They make really good products as well. And so this is called Mindful. This is a nice, relaxing type of oil. That's for aromatherapy. So what I'm showing you right now is aromatherapy. And so just a couple drops into your diffuser. I have about 4 diffusers. This is one that I have. And this one is cool because it also lights up. So say if I want to relax and I just want a little bit of lighting, not anything too much, this diffuses the oil, and it also it changes colors. The colors are very soft, and it's relaxing. And so you can have that. It does plug into outlet. There are some that are battery operated. And I got this at, I think I got everything on my little table at TJ Maxx. I love TJ Maxx. Yes, TJ like Maxx. I didn't even go there for all this. And I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. So, yeah, so this is another one. This is Spa Room. I think I have 2 different, these are all spa rooms. So this one, which is kind of cool, this is still of that spa room collection. And it was cool because they kind of followed a yoga theme. So you can get certain type of oils that do follow, maybe if there's some type of theme that you're going with. And so what's neat about this is that if you wanted to do a practice in the morning or in the afternoon or something, it kind of gave you an oil to go with whatever you needed, which is kind of cool as well. Yeah. Another place I got, this one is lavender. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with lavender. This I got at Whole Foods. I don't really go to Whole Foods because it's whole paycheck. So
hello,
right? So I like a deal. So I don't always go to Whole Foods, but when I'm feeling like I got a little extra change, I go to Whole Foods. And
can I say something about lavender? Can I say something? My son, he has anxiety, and he was going on a job interview, and he was so nervous. And I told him, I said, if you take some lavender and just put it here on your wrist, and here, it'll help calm you down. I said, so, and it took us about maybe 15 minutes to get to the job interview. So, and I said, by the time we get there, you're going to relax. And, he's like, he was 18. He was like, I don't believe you, blah, blah. I said, just try it. So we did that. We got there. And before he got the car, I said, how do you feel? He said, I feel better. I said, okay. So lavender had actually helped with his anxiety.
It does. And Shevel, I'm so happy that you said that because I suffer from motion sickness. When you told that story, it reminded me. So I suffer from motion sickness. And depending, sometime I can manage, and other times I forget the pill that I have to take to kind of just to help me get to a destination, especially like long road trips. Mm-hmm. So when I was living in Connecticut, I was working in New York City, and we were, my boss had all of us in his car, and I was in the back seat. And I already knew, because it happens when I'm in the back seat, that I can't be back there too long, or else that motion sickness, like the nausea, the headache, and just I start getting really hot. And so I was, back there, and I felt it coming on, and I was like, I gotta pull over. I don't know if we're on the highway. I don't know where we are, but just let me out because I felt that the nausea coming on. And a friend of mine that I was with, she said, Kai, try this lavender, and so there were the essential oil. And so this was the one that you could apply topically. So I put that on my wrist, and I started to kind of smell that a little bit. And slowly, but surely, it did start to settle my stomach. So if you suffer from motion sickness, maybe this is something that would work for you. So I would say give it a try, because it did, and it has worked for me. And I try to use that as opposed to taking some other type of medication. Not there's anything wrong with it. But the essential oils work for that as well.
And it helps for sleep. I go to a lot of trainings, and one of the trainings I went to was on a sleep study for older adults. And they were talking about, alternative ways of help, introducing things to people to help them sleep. And lavender was one of those things. And what they did is they took like a little bit of a material and put it on a safety pin, but they diluted this material like a cotton little piece of cloth with lavender and actually pinned it on their nightgown. So, but somewhere near that, if you turn, you wouldn't smell it. They said within 30 days, they noticed that the patients were sleeping better. So I was reading this. I'm like, well, I mean, why do I have to be an older adult for this to work? So I have a little spray bottle. I'm looking at it now. I put water and I put a few drops of lavender in it. And every morning when I get up out of bed, I just do a light mist over my sheets and pillows and just pull my comforter over, spray it. And it's there for even I didn't even tell my husband, but he kept saying, oh, I sleep so much better. He was like, did you get some new pillows? I was like, mm-hmm. So
it's the new pillow.
Yeah, it's the new pillow. It's called lavender. But that actually helps.
No, that's great. Oh, hi, Nikki. Yes. I miss seeing your face too. Hopefully you'll be able to join again. Thank you so much for joining our virtual happy hour. And so anyone who's watching, please join in. If there's essential oils that you like, please let us know. And if Shevel just went over some body scrubs that you can make at home. If there's some questions that you may have about making your own scrub, drop a note as well. But yeah, so I have to tell you that I'm gonna put myself out there. Shevel put herself out there, so I feel like I have to do the same thing.
I will not tell nobody.
So I had this job that it was toxic many times, right? So I was like, I can't burn sage in my office, right? I can't burn sage in my office or else I'm gonna get in trouble. And so I was like, I need something, because I just feel like, have you guys ever felt like I just gotta clear the air? Like, especially when some people go into your space. Yes. Is there a replay? This was great. Yes. So this is going to be posted on YouTube. So you'll be able to see it, and Facebook, or I think so you can watch it there. Yes. Frankincense, use it nightly on my temples. Yes.
Yes, frankincense. Hmm.
I think I have some frankincense,
Let
but
me
it's
tell
like
you
in
about
wrapper
frankincense.
form. Hmm.
I learned about this ever since I was a little kid. My family's Jamaican, and I think every Jamaican uses frankincense for everything. So, I didn't even know. I would just talk about frankincense.
Girl,
I didn't
you
even
need
know.
some frankincense.
Like, okay, yeah, like okay, they use it for everything.
That's maybe I
Okay,
needed that. No, maybe I need that in my office. So what I'm going to say is, I went to this site called Everything. What is it called? Here, I have it here. Everything's Soulful. I go there all the time. I can't believe I forget it. And what they had was they had like sage in a bottle. And
Mm,
so it was like similar to what you said about that you can put on your bed sheets, but this allowed
mhm,
you to kind of spray in the space that you're in, not to
mm,
have like this strong scent, but just to kind of help bring some peace.
mhm.
And so I used to get to work early in the morning. I'd be up there going like, and just spraying, just
Yes.
to kind of create a nice atmosphere for me. And then it just, to me, it helps. Some people may find this a little woo woo, but
Mhm,
I found it helpful. And it wasn't like a strong scent that people walk in and maybe
mhm.
they would, it would be an irritant. So it's
Right.
very light, very calming. And I did that, and sometimes it would keep people out of your office. So I'm just saying.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to say this because I was one of those people that like thought that was like weird, like, sage and stuff. And this is before I really understood and made connections to thing. And I think I shared this story with you. In New York, I was a therapist, and we had contracts through New York State Parole. So my job was to when parolees was released from prison, I did their assessments to see what treatment they need, if any, when they were released from prison. And you know, what I tell people is this: Have you ever gone into a room and there's people and you felt tension? You're like, what is going on with these people? I feel this tension in the room. What I tell people that's energy. you know um when you can walk into a room and you sense something, you can feel it, that's energy. So working with you know different people, some of them will leave some energy in my office.
Mhm,
And there was this
mhm,
one time, it was like I felt it, and I'm like, I could not explain what it was. And I had a friend, her name is Desiree, and she came in my office. She's like, "Oh my God, why do your office feel this way?" And I said, "I had this guy in here, and his." Well, I'm not going to go into his criminal history, but let's say he liked to kill people. So yeah. So he had some energy that he left in my office, and she got some sage spray and sprayed it in my office. And she said, "Leave your door open." And so the energy can just, leave your office. So what I end up doing is actually leaving my office and working in the secretary's area. And when I came back, that feeling that I had before was no longer there. So that's when I
mhm,
started doing some readings and like, okay, this is not no hocus pocus, because if I can walk into a room and there's two people in there and I feel that tension. What is that tension? Is energy. We all have energy.
mhm,
So for me, that sage, burning sage or sage oil or spray makes it more peaceful, because again, chaos like chaos. Girl, got
mhm.
some down on my fireplace. I was gonna burn some this morning. So yes. But that I understand where you're coming from, because there's some negative energy, and sometimes it radiate off of people, you know.
Mhm. It's true. And you think about it, I know a lot of us are home now, but that negativity is also what we're consuming. So if the TV's
Yes.
on, this is a great time if you're doing your wellness happy hour. This is something that I think would be a good thing to do. Like maybe the day before, just maybe burn some sage, just kind of clear everything out. So that way, when you do get into it the next day, you can
Mhm.
really feel like, okay, I kind of cleansed everything. And now I can just relax and unwind in a
Mhm.
space that the energy is just lighter.
Yeah.
So what's the other thing? So I spoke to you guys about aromatherapy. I also wanted to show you This was Nikki had asked about oils. Yes, Palo Santo. Yes, I like Palo Santo too. And I think, Chevelle, we were having this conversation that sometimes people don't like the smell of sage.
My son,
So,
he hates it.
yes, so that's another one. That's a great one to use. I'm
I never
seizing
heard of that. I'm gonna look that one up.
post president. Nikki said, Lord, yes, I'm saging the post.
Girl, you need sage, holy water, and some other stuff with that.
It's a wine.
Just throw it at the TV.
Just throw the holy. Not throwing the holy water at the TV.
Get a mist bottle, spray it. La 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 la. Y'all need to go away somewhere. Go. Yes. Yes,
Oh,
Nikki,
Lord,
I'm with
help
you.
us get through this. So I wanted to share with you guys too. I may have mentioned it. This is another essential oil. This is from Everything Soulful. And I love this shop. I'm not getting anything for this. I love her shop because she has sage, she has oil, she has crystals if that's your thing. She has everything soulful. So
Okay.
I think she even has music. This oil is called Oshun. This is for aromatherapy, but she also has this for that you can apply to your body. So, and this has jasmine, honeysuckle, amber, Palo Santo, nag champa. I probably butchered that, but it means harmony. This smells really good. But I love her oils because she does a blend. And she also puts crystals inside the oil. I'm actually all out, or else I will show you, but I'll post it in here. And it's just, I just love her product, and she's a really sweet person, and I enjoy it. So I actually only wear oils. I don't wear perfume. I wear body oils, and it's great because sometimes when it's just stressful, it's just a nice, like, calming scent, I think, with using oils. So I'm gonna stop talking really quick. I just wanted to show other kind of scents that you can use. Of course, incense.
And you can get frankincense in an incense.
Yes, I have. This is myrrh. I have frankincense and myrrh, but the myrrh is in rock form. So what I have to do with this is I have to buy coal, and I burn the coal and then put this on top. And you only need like a little bit. So yeah.
My dad had those all over his house. I'm telling you, that's a Jamaican thing. I'm telling you. Myrrh and frankincense. It gets rid of everything. I mean, your leg broke. Burn some of that. I'm telling you.
Your leg broke. What you need is some frankincense and myrrh.
Yes.
And then one thing I do want to say that I learned, when you are burning charcoal, maybe everybody's going to be like, duh, but I didn't know this. So I have a shell, and I thought that I could put my coal in here and burn it so I can use for the type of stones. And I almost burnt, it turned out really bad. I must be part Jamaican, right?
Hey, cousin.
That's it. And then of course the candle, and then lastly,
wait a second. I got mine too, Kai.
Yeah, I love salt lamps.
Yes.
Do you guys, anybody watching, do you love salt lamps? Do you have a salt lamp? I grew up in an incense-loving household. Yeah. Can I say, like, my parents, they didn't really do incense, and I didn't really burn incense, but I used to burn candles a lot. And I remember one time I was home, I think I was like in high school, and I think I went to the dollar store to get candles, and I was in my room, and I had all these candles burning, and my father was like, "What are you doing? Are you having like a seance?" And I was like, "I'm relaxing." I was like, "What is with this? Like, whose child are you?" And I was just like, "I'm just doing my thing."
Oh God.
So what do we have here? They brought that to the Sweet Baby Jesus too. Yeah, frankincense and myrrh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am, on the salt lamp. Yeah, love the salt lamp. Anything else, Chanel? Did we?
We talked about the music. You can have that because that sets the ambiance. The smell, when you think of receptors, here I'm gonna go technical on you, but when you think of your brain receptors and changing the mood, music do that. Music can make you happy, music can make you sad, music can make you angry. Listen to some NWA, you get mad, but but I'm kidding. But if you want to create that ambiance in your home retreat, you can do that with music and whatever music relaxes you, and play that. Or like you were saying, that site the lady sells, what was it? Where you get your
Oh,
oil from.
yeah.
Yes, everything. So you can get music from there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say I'm cheap, so I will use iHeartRadio. and get a music list and play that for free.
Yes.
But
No, it's true. And you guys, I'm sure people have like what, Spotify, where you can curate your playlist and like have fun. Like everything that we're saying, like as Chevelle kind of said, like have fun creating this for you. Like let this be your sacred time. So have fun putting together like, oh, what am I gonna eat? Oh, what am I gonna looking for an organic linen spray. Yes. Do you know anything about that show? An organic linen spray?
I do not.
You said you made your own?
Who, me?
Yeah, the spray that you said that you have.
Oh, yes. Here's my cheap butt. I just got me like a little I would get up and get it. But is a spray bottle that you can buy from the dollar store or from Walmart. I just put water in there and you just put a few drops of oil in there and you make sure the sprayer is on mist and just mist it on my linen, my pillows, my comforter. And I mean, I noticed a difference. Plus, it just keep things fresh. If you want to I do lavender. Sometimes I do peppermint because it helps with my allergies. Sometimes I mix peppermint and lavender together. Tea tree oil, that's really good. Just a little bit because tea tree oil can be poisonous if you put too much on your skin. So sometimes I'll just put like one little drop. But again, you have to consider your sensitivity. My skin is I have eczema. I have very sensitive skin, so I have to be very mindful on what I put on it, including oils. Like an almond oil, I cannot use. But be mindful your sensitivity and what works for you and what what makes you feel good. I believe in like my bedroom, this is where I want to feel comfortable. That's how I have my house. I just want to be able to relax. So when I walk in the door from that outside world of all that stuff going on, I want to be able to come in and like and sometimes you got to take it up a notch and say, you know what, I need more than that. And that's why we thought about doing an at-home retreat, is really taking care of yourself, because the best person to take care of you is you. And I think, and I'm also at fault with this. I talk about it a lot and I don't always do it a lot. And I have to remind myself, like, Chevelle, you have to do this for you because you are a caregiver. You're always doing this. You're always doing that for people. So I think it's important just to really find that time and create the atmosphere you want that makes you feel good.
Oh, I totally agree. And Universal Mike says it's all vibrations. True.
Yes.
And Nikki says rose water. I could probably make my own.
Yes.
You probably could, yeah. With rose water, I use rose water, but I use it for my hair. And I know you can use it for your body, your face. It has like so many different uses. So yeah, you can probably definitely use it and make your own. Just going and get the roses and just making sure that you're not getting any with the pesticides or anything like that on them. And you can definitely make your own. For sure.
I think for one of my kids, it was either one of them. I My mother-in-law purchased rose water. It was rose water oil, but I think it was like
Mm-hmm.
more of a water to
Mm-hmm.
give it to them for because they were colicky. Um,
Oh,
and
okay.
I didn't care for the smell of it, but it worked. Because I didn't want to do any type of medication
Mm-hmm.
for an infant. It was a newborn, actually.
Mm-hmm. And that's the interesting thing. Like when you look at essential oils, um, like they have many different uses. Like besides just using it as aromatherapy for meditation or using it for your body as some type of fragrance. I mean, there's many health benefits as well. And there's one guy that I listen. I kind of follow his content, Dr. Axe, and he posts a lot about the benefits of essential oils and actually
Mhm.
how you can put them in your tea and how you can put them in a drink. What essential oils can help boost your immune system. So it can
Mhm.
definitely go far beyond, just putting them on your body or using it for your oil diffuser.
Yeah, peppermint oil. That helps for if your stomach is unsettled. That works a lot.
Mm-hmm,
My mom always told me that. My aunt always talked to me about that, and I actually use it. Sometime when I my allergies sometimes make me feel nauseous, I'll just get me a cup of warm water and put a little bit of peppermint oil in there and
mm-hmm,
drink it, and it goes away.
mm-hmm.
Sometimes even if you sniff it, it goes away.
Yes. And so that's the thing is like there's so many things that are, and again, not taken away from prescriptions or anything like that, but there are so many natural remedies that we have. And, hopefully with our platform and then of course, other platforms that are out there, we'll begin to experiment more about what's out there because, nature itself wants us to be well. Because if we're well, then we're well to everything that's around us, right? We
Right.
can have a better appreciation for not only our families, but just nature itself. And so, we have these things that we can use. And from my understanding, a lot of medication is kind of taken from like the research is done about what the benefit of different type of plants. And
Hmm.
then you have like man kind of comes in and then kind of uses the plants as kind of like the blueprint and then kind of makes it themselves with using like a lot of synthetics and other type of chemicals. But a lot of times they look to plants to figure out, okay, what does this plant do? How does it function? And then they try to replicate that with different type of prescription drugs. So,
Yes.
if you can get it from the actual source, all the better. But to each his own.
Yes. If you actually if I call myself a nerd, want to be
Mhm,
nerdy and look up some of the medications and like the properties in it, you will find a lot of natural things, or
mhm.
they'll make
Yes,
synthetic things from the natural stuff. So it's
right.
like, okay, why use the synthetic when we can use the natural things? Or, also sometimes the federal government patent natural stuff.
Hmm.
And you're like, why are you doing that? So
Hmm.
there's, they know. And again, my philosophy, my belief, they're not looking to make you well, they're looking to make you hook.
Hmm.
When you look at medications,
Hmm.
because if I've never gone to a doctor that gave me a natural solution, they always want to give you some type of pharmaceutical medication. But if you leave out of United States and travel to other countries and look at their medical system, a lot of time they will try holistic things first, and if that
Hmm.
don't work, then they will go to the pharmaceutical medication. So sometimes you wonder why here in the States we don't do that, but
Yeah.
again, it's not profitable.
Hmm. That's so true. And that's a conversation in itself.
It is.
um, so we hope that you guys enjoyed our conversation
Yes.
tonight. I know that we're starting to wind down a little bit. So yeah, so like with the music, enjoy making your own playlist. If you like a little neo soul, like do what makes you feel good and put that playlist together with your lighting. Again, you can use like the salt lamp. You can use candles. You can get a diffuser that has light, so that way you can kind of make an ambiance that can help you begin to relax and unwind.
Yes. So are we going to go in and talk about what we're going to do for our next meeting?
Yes.
Yes. So with our new live wellness virtual happy hour, we will be joining everyone back November 19th at 7 p.m. right here. And what's the topic, Kai? Did we decide the topic yet?
Yeah, I think we were going to, so we want to do a vision board party. So
Was that what we're going to do next month?
So I think next month is we're going to talk about some ideas of what we wanted to do.
Okay.
And then give people the ability to register, then sign up and get more, and also to put their input in if you have ideas for it.
Yes. I believe in vision boards. I've done them for years. I used to have, when we could do face to face, I used to do vision board parties. And I love them because I think for me, when you do it, and then when you just start, keep it somewhere where you can see it all the time. Eventually, you will start seeing the manifestation of your vision that you've already set for yourself. So I guess we're going to be talking about that November 19th, right here at 7 p.m. And, bring your wine, bring your juice or agua, H2O, and we can discuss about 2021, how we're going to be setting up to start our new vision. And they got to be better than 2020.
I know. I've seen so many memes saying like, this was not on my vision board. And, definitely not on any of ours, I think. But, this is a time that I think a lot of things are revealed, right?
Yes.
Even with COVID. Thank you, Nikki, for joining. I think a lot of what kind of has been going on in this country that we've been able to kind of cover up. I think a lot of things it's almost like the veil's been lifted and it's like, this is actually what we're dealing with. And so maybe that's even happening in our own lives. So even though this was a very challenging 2020, hopefully it did provide space for us to begin to grow as individuals and really begin to heal from things that maybe we kind of covered up because we didn't want to deal with it. So hopefully some good can come out of a very, very challenging year.
Yeah. And it will. If you claim it, it will happen. I truly believe you can manifest what you want. So it's 2021. The rest of 2020 will be good. I'm going to claim it. Throw some holy water on it.
Yes.
Burn sage on it. But 2021 will definitely be better. And we can do this together by creating a vision board on what we want to manifest in 2021.
Right. Yes. And the thing is too, and hopefully what you all got from our conversation tonight is you can have like chaos outside, right? It doesn't mean that it has to be in your home or within yourself. And so what we've laid out are ways that you can manage your internal being. Because if you can keep that peace and calm and balance within, that can help reduce stress, which then can help reduce high blood pressure and all other type of elements that correspond to being stressed out, chronic stress. And so these are things that, we're having fun with it tonight, but this is really about your overall well-being and holistic health.
Yes. Totally true.
And so I guess we are winding down. Shevel, we are doing a workshop for those that are still on.
Yes. What is it? The 29th of this month, we are doing a workshop on older adult mental health, where we're going to be talking about, how the mental health look in older adults, substance use with older adults, and suicide, because that is the second leading rate of that's happening in in the United States. First is children suicides. You have that more, and older adults, believe it or not. We're going to talk about that, and also some holistic ways. That's Kai going to be talking about holistic ways to deal with stress, with anxiety and depression. So we still have room if you would like. I think it's $30. And I think Kai put her website up. Did you? Nope, not yet.
Yes. So yeah, I'll post our website.
Okay.
This is the Everything Soulful thing, and then I'll put our website here.
Yeah, check us out. And because the baby boomers is going to be one of the biggest population growing. 10,000 older adults every day turn 65. So we're going to have to address that issue because that's our parents, our grandparents. Some of us going to be put in positions that we didn't think we were going to be in, taking care of our parents. I know I've been in that position. I had to help with my father before he passed away. And that's very difficult when you're working, you have 3 kids, and you're married. So I want to be able to give people as much information as possible to prepare, because even if you have it and you don't have to deal with it, your coworker, your friend, your aunt, your sister, someone's going to probably have this issue. So why not, educate yourself on how to help someone or help yourself. So that's what we're looking to do.
Yes. So thank you all for joining tonight. We hope that you had a good time. If you're watching, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share, and just share the word, because we're going to be back here next month. And this is something that we're going to do monthly. And so, yeah, we're looking forward to future conversations.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yes. Bye.